What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Leon from Leon Talks TV, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're delving into a topic that I think a lot of people get mixed up: the truth behind attraction, money and fame versus genuine desire. And basically this video is mostly about a response, so we'll dive into it as we go. Chapter 1: the power of fame. So a while ago, I did a video about Tupac and what made him so appealing to a lot of women and why he was dubbed the ladies' man of the 90s. And I explored what qualities he had that drew so many women to him. And the video is currently gaining traction and doing well in terms of views. It seems to have hit the algorithm and it's received a lot of likes and praises. However, there's a small minority of comments that I noticed, about 10 comments among hundreds, that actually get it. And don't get me wrong, not everybody has to agree. But however, I noticed comments that seem to echo the same viewpoint. These comments suggest that Tupac's appeal was solely due to his fame and money. While I acknowledge that those facts played a significant role in attracting women, which however, I did acknowledge in the video. But I believe that fame just gives you more exposure. It helps women become familiar with who you are because they see you on TV and in the media. I've also created a separate video discussing Tupac's perspective on fame and money in relation to women's attraction to celebrities and how it differs from his experience before fame compared to after. And I've also done countless videos discussing how having money doesn't buy you genuine desire. Being famous and rich is not enough on its own. There has to be more to you to attract women and earn their admiration. If it were that simple, then every celebrity would be fantasized over, but that's not the reality. Now, it made me realize that people may not fully understand how attraction works and what really draws women in. Chapter 2: money isn't everything. Now, about money, sure, having cash can get attention, but it doesn't guarantee that attraction. It's one thing to attract gold diggers who are just after wealth, but it's completely different to draw in women who genuinely have a burning desire for you. If it were solely about fame and money, then every celebrity will be swarmed over, but that's not how it works in reality, really. Chapter 3: comparing celebrities. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use these guys as an example. So let's compare some names. Like DJ Khaled and Rick Ross. Although they can still have the ability to be with most of the beautiful women in the world. But, however, can they attract women in the same way Tupac did? Or can they even attract women the same way Chris Brown does? Because, we've seen Chris Brown get women on stage and these women just lose their mind. I don't think Rick Ross and DJ Khaled can do that. My humble opinion. So you see the difference. So people seem to get confused and think it's as simple as being rich and famous, which automatically makes you desirable to a woman. It doesn't work like that. When I broke down this Tupac video, I noticed that some comments echoed this misconception. Oh, it's because he's got money and famous. That's all that matters. And you have to understand, you see, when we look at figures like DJ Khaled and Rick Ross, yes, they can still attract women. There's no denying that. However, it's not necessarily due to their desirability. You won't see Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, or even a Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg on the cover of the Sexiest Man Alive magazine. That's just not happening. Like for instance, women are willing to pay over $1,000 just to take a picture with Chris Brown. If it's all about being a celebrity with money, then wouldn't they have a similar appeal? Chapter 4: Tupac's unique appeal. Now, what about Tupac? He famously talked about how his life changed after becoming famous. Me personally, I believe he was able to attract women even before the fame, even though when he said it, it didn't come across like that. And the funny thing is, the minority of people in the comments were talking as if he was somewhat a virgin before he became famous, which is ridiculous, right? So it wasn't just about his celebrity status. Even though at the time Tupac may have looked at things differently back then, you have to also remember he was young. He was just probably talking about attraction from one angle or one perspective, but there's many other perspectives to talk about when it comes to attraction. So basically meaning, just because he spoke on how life was like before the fame and how life was after the fame when it comes to women, doesn't mean that he didn't have other viewpoints when it came from his own perspective when it came to attracting women. So really and truly, it wasn't just about his celebrity status, it's about how he presented himself and what he showcased to the world. His fame only made it easy for those who were already interested or found him attractive to notice him even more. So basically, fame just gives you more exposure and familiarity. Chapter 5, the bottom line. So, what's the takeaway here? Attraction is complex. Any guy with money can get women, but can they get women who have a genuine burning desire for them? That's the big questions you need to ask yourself. Attracting gold diggers is completely different, as how I mentioned before. So it's completely different from attracting women based on genuine desire and lust. Having fame as a man doesn't guarantee or buys you attraction from women, but let's not pretend that many famous men don't get taken advantage of financially, and to the point where they even get dumped and some women end up getting with the broke guy. So these famous men can still be used not just for their money, but for a woman's own gain, their own come up. Because let's face it, some women might want to become famous themselves. So a girl might see a famous man as an easy target. And you can be the most famous person in the world or the richest man alive, but that will never buy you genuine attraction. It won't buy you charisma and it won't buy you swag. Okay, maybe it might help with your swag in the fashion sense. But however, some people just don't have it, even if it hit them in the face. But you get my drift. Conclusion. Thanks for joining me today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Do you think attraction is more than just fame and money? Let's chat in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more info. Until next time, and salute.